We're joined by Brinda Jagirdar, General Manager and Head of Economic Research at the State Bank of India. Welcome to the programme. A quick comment on the rate decision and possible rate cuts to come in the future. What is the Reserve Bank of India thinking right now?
Today's rate decision was really expected because we had the inflation numbers coming in and we did see a slight uptick over there. Growth really hasn't picked up, so that remains a concern. But inflation, oil and oil prices picking up, and the Reserve Bank would wait to see what the budget has to say about fiscal consolidation, because that has been a major concern.
It is indeed of major concern for many people. I'm just going to ask you about whether you think what the government really needs to do about that. Is it really time now to raise taxes and cut spending, Brinda?
Absolutely, it needs to do both, raise taxes and cut spending. But more than that, it needs to improve efficiencies in its expenditure, and it needs to look for more areas where it can raise funds from efficiently.
Of course, growth is always key, and there are concerns about India's slowing growth rate. 6% just about in the last survey. Do you expect measures in the budget to come to try to stimulate more growth? Because there's always the fear, stimulate growth, spend more, you get inflation, and the deficit rises.
Let me say that there has been this slowdown in growth, but this is not a cyclical slowdown in GDP growth. This is really policy-induced, lagged monetary policy transmission impact. RBI had a deliberate action of slowing down the economy to control inflation. So now we've come to a stage when the focus has shifted from inflation to growth. So I expect, in my view, I think the budget will focus on reigniting growth, giving a fillip to spending and investment in the economy, because investment has slowed down substantially in the last few years, and we need to reverse this trend to see an uptick in the growth numbers.
And very quickly, where do you think that the government and the Reserve Bank of India would like to see growth? Figures of 8%, would 9% be too high?
The Indian economy trend growth is about 8%, and looking at where we are right now, we have strong consumption-driven growth. We have a lot of scope from investment, particularly infrastructure and manufacturing. And of course, let's not forget the demographic dividend. So given all this, there is the potential for India to grow comfortably at 8–9% plus. But to enable the economy to get there, there are roadblocks, there are reforms which need to be done, and the government, this is what we expect the budget to look at, to announce measures to reignite growth in the economy and to announce a clear and credible roadmap for fiscal consolidation.
Brinda Jagirdar, General Manager and Head of Economic Research at the State Bank of India. We're grateful to you. Thanks very much indeed.